So good morning one and all. Today we are going to discuss about demand paging. So what is demand paging? Right? As I already told you, the virtual memory, the logical memory space is much larger than the physical memory. So that all the time we cannot keep our entire program into the main memory. So as I told you, the main memory is very shorter when compared to the logical memory, so that we cannot keep our entire pages. What are we are dividing the frames into pages. Okay, we'll do one thing. I will mute you, and next whenever I ask you a question, so at the time. Right. So the process is divided into pages. So for example, if a process is divided into 4 pages, I need to keep all the 4 pages into the main memory for the execution actually in the point of user, in the point of view of user. But what exactly happened is we no need to keep our entire program into or process into the main memory. Okay, only part of a process which is required at that particular moment will be kept in the main memory, and the remaining part of a process will be reside in the secondary memory until we use that particular part. Okay, so likewise, whatever the required pages of a process for the execution are kept in the main memory. For example, let's say there are 4 pages. The process is divided into 4 pages. So you kept only 2 pages of a process into the main memory, and the remaining 2 pages are kept reside in the secondary memory. They are reside in the secondary memory itself. Okay. So whenever there is a need of executing the third page, at that time what you have to do, you need to keep the page 3 into the main memory. That means whenever there is a need, you are moving that particular page from secondary memory to main memory. So that is the concept called demand paging. Okay, demand paging means whenever there is a need, needed pages only kept in the main memory. That is called as demand paging. And another term is called as lazy sweeper. Blue color word. Lazy sweeper. Lazy sweeper means it only swap the pages into the main memory whenever they are needed. Until that point, the pages are in the secondary memory. Whenever there is a need, then only the pages will be moved from secondary memory to main memory by the swapper. So that is the reason why it is called as lazy swapper. Why it is called as lazy swapper? What is a swapper? Swapper will swap the pages from secondary memory to main memory and main memory to the secondary memory, right? What is lazy swapper? So lazy swapper will swap the pages from secondary memory to main memory whenever there is a need of that particular page. Until the need, it won't move the page from secondary memory to main memory. Okay, that is called as lazy swapper. Okay, and next to these 4 points already we have covered in the last class, but still you need to understand these 4. So what is the reason why you are not keeping our entire program into the main memory? The first thing is the main memory is very short in size when compared to logical memory. So that is the reason why only parts of a process, some pages of a process only move to the main memory. Only part of a process is moved to the main memory, so that we can keep multiple number of process into the main memory. If we keep more number of process into the main memory, automatically the CPU utilization as well as the throughput will be more. Whenever the throughput will be more, automatically the system performance also increase. Okay, so it will be faster response. And next, more user means we can keep more number of programs into the main memory. So as we are moving only part of a process into the main memory, it requires a less IO. Okay, it requires less IO. Okay, and next, whenever the page is needed, second point, what we have to do, we need to refer it. Refer means we need to check in the main memory. If it is not in the main memory, automatically that indicates that it is invalid. So whenever it is an invalid, what we need to do, it is not in the main memory, so that we need to bring to the main memory. For example, if you want to execute a process, only 2 pages of a process is kept in main memory. Now we require a third page for the execution. You check for the third page, but third page is not in the main memory. Your check means you refer. You refer the page. for the execution, but it is not in the main memory. So automatically, if it is not in the main memory, then it indicates it is a page fault. That means the page is not available in the main memory. It is indicated by the invalid page I. Okay, whenever it is invalid page, what you have to do? Immediately we need to trap to the operating system. Then operating system will take the page from the secondary memory and it will check for the free frame in the main memory and keep it in the main memory and update the page table, right? Likewise likewise whenever there is a refer to a page, if the page is not in the main memory, we need to bring the particular page to the main memory. Who will do that job? The swapper will do the job. So why it is called as lazy swapper? So lazy swapper will never swap the page from secondary memory to main memory unless the page will be needed. That is the reason why it is called as lazy swapper. Okay, what is a swapper? Swapper that deals with the pages is called as a pager. Pager swapping will deal, the swapper which deals with the pages is called as a pager. Okay, so lazy swapper is very important question. Okay, and then as I told you earlier, so we need to take the demanded pages into the main memory. Unless they are not useful to you, they need to be moved from main memory to the secondary memory. In this diagram, so what happened? So we swap out program A. Why? Because program A is not needed now. So that is the reason why we don't want to waste the main memory. So right now we don't want a program A into the main memory. That is the reason why I swap out the program A to secondary memory and we swap in a program B to the main memory from the secondary memory. Okay. So these things already we had a discussion. If the pages needed are already in the main memory, then there is no need of demand paging, right? Already the pages are in the main memory, right? And next, if the page needed is not in the main memory, so we need to detect the needed page and load the page into the main memory from the storage. That means from the secondary memory. So whenever you are moving a page from secondary memory to main memory, these entire things are not known to the user. I already told you many times what are the user thinking when the program under execution. The user might think that my entire program is main memory. That is the reason why my program is executed by the CPU. The user will always think like that, but actually what happened internally, your entire program is not loaded into the main memory. Only your program is divided into pages. Only few pages required are moved to the main memory. The few pages which are needed are for the execution right now are moved to the main memory from secondary memory. So that is the concept of demand paging. Only needed pages are moved to the main memory, right? So whenever there is a need, if that page is not available, for example, only we move two pages to the main memory. Now we require the third page for execution, but the third page in the secondary memory. At that time, what you have to do? You need to move that third page from secondary memory to main memory. So while moving, that information should not known to the user. That means it won't create any of the trouble to the program behavior. The program execution has to be done in a smooth manner. Okay, the user may not change in his code for moving a page from secondary memory to main memory. There is no user involvement. User never know the things. My page is in the secondary memory still, right? That information is not known to the user. So that is the reason why you need to understand these 2 points. Whenever we are loading a page into the main memory from secondary storage, that loading will never make any changes to the program behavior, and the programmer no need to change the code for moving a page or loading a page into the main memory from. Okay? And next, as I told you earlier, if the page is available in the frame, then it will be indicated by valid. Valid means the page is available in the main memory frame. If it indicates I means invalid. Invalid means the page is not available in the frame, main memory frame. Still it is in the secondary memory, right? E means the page is in the main memory frame. I means the page is not available in the main memory. If the page is not available in the main memory, then it is called as a page fault. Page fault. Here the last line, page fault. Page fault means the page is not available in the main memory. At that time, if it is required, we need to bring into the main memory from the secondary memory. Okay. Likewise, if the pages are in the main memory, it will be indicated by V. If they are not available in the main memory, indicated by I. For example, page number 1B. B is not in the main memory. This is the main memory. B is not in the main memory, so it is I, indicated by invalid. For example, fourth page E. E is not available in the main memory. It is still in the secondary memory. This one is the main memory. So it is not in the main memory. That is the reason why it is indicated by I. Whereas the fifth page F is available in the main memory. So that is the reason why it is indicated by V. Okay. This, this one I already told you, but you need to read once again. If there is a reference to a page, that means there is a need of a page. Refer means we are referring a page in a main memory. That is called as a reference, right? If there is a reference to a page, the first reference to the page will trap to the operating system. That means the page is not in the main memory, so it is called as a page fault. Then what the operating system will do? It will do the following 5 steps. So operating system looks at another table to decide. So operating system immediately check in the page table, right? There is a page fault. Is it true? I need to check in the page table. So operating system will go to the page table and check in the page table third field, third column, that is valid invalid position. So if it is invalid, then automatically it will abort the process. That means it will suspend the process. Why? Because the page is not in the main memory. So immediately what the operating system will do? Immediately operating system will check the free frame in the main memory. If the free frame is available, then operating system will swap a page into the frame via disk operation. Disk operation means disk, from a disk we need to copy the page and we need to keep it in the free frame. So it is called as a disk operation. Why disk operation? Secondary memory means disk. Backing store is nothing but a disk here. So we need to check a page in the disk and we need to take the page from the disk and we need to keep it in the main memory free frame. Okay, and then after keeping a after keeping a page into the main memory frame free frame, we need to reset the page table. That means now the page is in main memory, so we need to change the I to V, valid. Why? Because now the page is in the main memory, so we need to keep it as V. And next restart the instruction that caused the page fault. So where we stop the execution, again from there we need to start. Earlier the operating system abort by because of the page fault, so we need to restart from where we stop earlier. Okay, so these are the steps exactly. We had a discussion in the last class. Whenever there is a reference to a page and it is invalid, immediately trap to the operating system. That means signal to the error signal to the operating system that there is a page fault. So immediately operating system will check in the backing store, that is disk, in the disk, and next operating system always check about the free frame. If there is a free frame in the main memory, then operating system bring the page into the main memory. If it is a free frame, this point you need to understand. So the next concept, if you want, if I uh, if I am in a position to explain the page replacement algorithms, I need to explain you this concept in a very good manner. Otherwise, I cannot explain you the page replacement algorithm, the next concept. I need to be in a position to explain you the page replacement algorithm concept in a better fashion. So if it happens means, if you clearly understand this concept means, I'm very much satisfied and I can explain the next topic in a clear fashion. So this diagram is very important. So try to understand the concept. If you have any doubt regarding this concept, let me know right now. Okay. Otherwise, I cannot explain the next topic. I repeat from the first step, there is a reference to a page, but the page is not available in the main memory. So that is the reason why it is indicated with I. I means invalid page. So immediately trap to the operating system. So the operating system will check the page table. So it is I, that means invalid page. Okay, there is a page fault. That means the required page is not available in the main memory frame. So immediately operating system will check in the disk. In the disk the page is available. So we need to move the page, required page from the disk to main memory. In order to move a page from disk to main memory, there need to be a free frame. There need to be a free frame. If the free frame is not available in the main memory, we cannot, that means operating system cannot bring this particular required page into the main memory, right? If there is no free frame, then how can we keep the particular page into the main memory? So we cannot keep the page into the main memory. So that is, how can we keep the required page then into the main memory is the next concept. Okay, so for up to now, so we have a free frame. Okay, we have a free frame. If the free frame is not available, what will happen? That is the next concept, right? So up to this point, so there is a free frame. Okay, so what operating system will do? Operating system will take this particular required page from the secondary memory and load it into the free frame. Once it is loaded into the free frame, so we need to update the page table. That means this I need to be changed to V. Why? Because now it is available in the main memory. And again, so restart the instruction. Okay, that is the thing. The same steps. Trap to the operating system, and next save the user registers and process states. Why? Because the operating system is going to abort the process. Whenever there is an invalid reference, the operating system will abort. That means it will suspend the process until the page is available in the main memory. So whenever we want to suspend a process, as I told you earlier, we need to start from that particular moment onwards. That is the reason why we need to save the user registers as well as the process state, where we stop the execution or where we suspend the execution. We should not use the word stop, where we suspend the execution. And next, determine that the interrupt was a page fault. Yes, it is a page fault. Then check that page reference was legal and determine the location of the page in the disk. So we need to check the location where the page is available in the disk. Okay, so issue a read from the disk. We need to read the disk for a page and we need to copy it into the free frame. Okay, for that purpose it takes some time. Why? Because we need to take the required page from a disk, right? As a disk is secondary storage device, it takes some time to copy the or load the page from secondary memory to main memory. So wait in queue for this device until the request is serviced. Wait for the device seek and latency time. Device seek and latency means this is a big disk, right? In those disks where the particular required page is available, in order to move to that particular location, it took some time. That is called as seek time. Seek time means the time it takes to reach the required position in a disk. So disk is divided into sectors, tracks. You already know when we observe a disk is in a round shape, circle shape, right? There are, if you observe, there are so many number of cycles, right? Again, it will be, those are called as sectors. Those sectors tracks, and those tracks are divided into sectors. So all these things will discussed in the in 50th unit, I think so, right? So this is a disk. In order to move to the desired position in a disk, it takes some time to move to the required position in a disk. So that time is called as seek time. And in the disk there is so much of information available. In those information where our required page is available, in order to reach to that particular position, it takes some time. That time is called as seek time. Okay, so we need to wait for that particular time, and then after we found out the required page, we need to load that particular page from secondary memory to main memory, from disk to main memory free frame. Again, it takes some time to transfer the required page from secondary memory to main memory free frame. So we need to wait for that particular 2 periods. Okay, begin the transfer of page to a free frame. While waiting, so in order to do all these things, it takes some time. At that time, CPU will become idle. So the CPU should not become idle. If the CPU become idle, then automatically the system performance will be decreased. So in order to avoid such a situation, so as it is a disk operation, until the particular page is loaded into the main memory, the CPU will be switched to some other user process. Okay, it will be switched to some other user. That means other process. Okay, receive an interrupt from the disk IO subsystem. Whenever we receive a signal or interrupt from a IO subsystem that okay, IO complete. That means the required page is loaded into the main memory from secondary memory. The IO is complete. So whenever the IO is complete, the CPU will, earlier we switch the CPU from this process to another process, right? Again, we need to switch the CPU from that particular process to our process, right? For that purpose, we need to save the registers and process state of other user. Other process state we need to save, and then we need to switch back to the previous process. Okay. And next, determine that the interrupt was from the disk. Yes, it is from interrupt is from the disk. That is IO complete, and then we need to correct the page table and other tables to show page is now in the main memory. That means we need to change the invalid bit to valid bit. And next, wait for the CPU to be allocated to the process again. So whenever it is valid, we can restart the process, previous process. Okay. Restore the user registers and process states and new page table, and then resume the interrupted instruction. Okay, previously where the process was suspended, from that place we need to resume the operation. Why? Because the required page is now in the main memory. Okay, these many number of things happen. Is it clear to you all? Let me know via chat. Is it clear to you all? Demand paging and the basic concept of virtual memory. Okay. I didn't get okay. Right. And then we need to the next concept called as I would like to start the page replacement algorithms. Okay, so what we have to do, the basic page replacement we need to start. So I already told you one thing. If it is a free frame, whenever there is a page fault, there is a trap to the operating system. Operating system will check the page in the secondary memory disk. If the page is in the disk, automatically the operating system will check for the free frame. If the free frame is available, then operating system will take the or load the page into the free frame from secondary memory. If the free frame is available. If the free frame is not available, in that case, what you have to do? We need to take out one page from the, or swap out one page from the main memory, and we need to swap in the required page into the main memory. Have you got my point? So actually, whenever there is a page fault, that means the page is not available. Automatically what we are doing, trap to the operating system. Then what the operating system will do, the OS will check in the OS check for the page in the disk. Okay, after that, if the page is in the secondary memory backing store, then automatically what the operating system will do, operating system will check for the free frame. If the free frame is available, then we can load this particular page into the free frame, and then we can update the invalid to valid. This is what happening when there is a page fault. But if the free frame is not available, If the free frame is available, well and good. So we can keep the page or we can load the page from secondary memory to main memory free frame. If the free frame is not available, that means all the pages are occupied by the some other pages. Okay, free frame is not available. Free frame is not available. What we can do? So in that case, this is the main memory. Already some pages are there in the main memory. Page 1, page 2, and then page 5. Now you require page 3 for example, but there is no free frame in the main memory. So what you have to do? We need to swap out one of the page from the main memory to the secondary memory backing store, and we need to swap in the page 3 into the main memory. Okay, we need to swap out. We need to swap out one page. It may be a page 1 or it may be a page 2 or it may be a page 5. Which page we need to swap out? Which page we need to swap out from the main memory in order to swap in the required page? Which page we need to swap out from the main memory in order to swap in the required page? As there are no free frames, right? There is no free frame. If there is no free frame, we need to swap out one of the pages in the main memory frames and we need to swap in the required page. Which page we need to swap out? That will be indicated by, that will be taken care by page replacement algorithms. Page replacement algorithms, right? So there are so many page replacement algorithms. Based on that, we can replace a page with the new page. Already previous page will be replaced with the new page. Okay, are you got my point? Is it clear to you all? Why we go for a page replacement algorithms? If there is no free frame, there is a page fault. There is a page fault. If there is a page fault, the first step is a page fault. If it is a page fault, then what you have to do? So the operating system, there is a trap to the operating system and operating system will check in the disk. If the page is available in the disk, from the disk we need to load it, load the page. From a disk we need to load the page from, load the page into free frame. Load the page into free frame. If the free frame is not available, how can we load the page into the main memory? We cannot load at that time. So we need to swap out one page from the main memory. So there are 3 pages, for example, 1 to 5. So in those 3 pages, we need to swap out a 1 or 2 or 5. Anyone we need to take out from the main memory so that we will get the free frame and we can load the required page into the main memory. Okay, so that is the concept. If the free frame is not available, we need to swap out the one page from the main memory and we need to swap in the new page into the main memory. Okay, for that we have a page replacement algorithms. Okay, so we need to find the location of the desired page in a disk. Go through the lines. If there is a page fault, the operating system will check for the desired page on the disk. Okay, the page is on the disk. That means in the secondary memory or backing store. So what operating system has to do? It has to find a free frame. If there is a free frame, the operating system can use it. That means we can load a page from secondary memory disk to main memory free frame. If there is no free frame, use a page replacement algorithm to select a victim frame. If there is no free frame, use a page replacement algorithm to select a victim frame. Victim frame means the frame will be need to be right back to the secondary memory. Which page we need to swap out from the main memory? That frame is called as a victim frame. Okay, bring the desired page into the new free frame. That means the victim frame. Victim frame means which frame we need to be freed. That means which page we need to take out in order to make the free frame. That is called as a victim frame. So bring the desired page into the free frame, update the page and frame tables. Continue the process by restarting the instruction that causes the trap. Okay. So not now potential two page transfers for a page fault, increasing the effective access time. That means in order to continue the execution, if you require a more number of pages, not one, so automatically it increases the access time. Why? Because you need to bring two pages from the main memory. If the number of pages need to be moved from secondary memory to the main memory while you are executing the program, means your program does not have much pages into the main memory. Whenever your program pages are not in the main memory, every time the page fault will come. Every time you need to load the pages from secondary memory to the main memory. And instead of doing the execution, always the program operating system is busy with swapping the pages from secondary memory to main memory. Right? Now check. So what we have to do, we need to victim, if there is no free frame, one frame need to be, the information available in one frame need to be swap out to the secondary memory. So this is the victim frame. I have select this frame and this particular information available in the frame will be moved back to the secondary memory. And then now it is not in the main memory, right? So we need to change it as a invalid. And then what you have to do, we have to swap in the desired page and keep it as a V. So let me explain you with the paint. For example, this is the main memory. So in the main memory, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the pages. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 5. Okay. So and this is the page table. My process is divided into 6 pages, for example. Page 0 to page 5. So this is the page table. Page number. This is outer part is a page number. This is a frame number. And this is a valid invalid. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0th page is the main memory, right? These are the frames. Frame 0, frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4, right? Only 5 frames are available, for example. So 0th page is not in the main memory. So if it is not in the main memory, it is invalid. And next first page is available in 0th frame, valid. Second page is available in first frame, valid. Third page is available in second frame, valid. Fourth page is available in third frame, valid. Fifth page is available in the fourth frame, valid. Okay. Now I require page 0. Now I require page 0. There is a reference to the page 0. Page 0 is available in the main memory. So now we need to check in the page table. It is not in the main memory, invalid. So what you have to do? So page 0 is not in memory, not in main memory. So if it is not in main memory, what you have to do? So there is a trap to the operating system. So operating system will check in the disk backing store. If it is there in the secondary memory, then operating system will check for, after that operating system will check for free frame, right? The free frame is not available. Where it will operating system, where the operation will check, there is a free frame list. Free frame list is nothing. Why? Because there is no free frame available in the main memory. Then what you have to do? We need to choose one page from the main memory frames, and we need to swap out into the secondary memory. Okay, this is the main memory. For example, this is the secondary memory. So what you have to do now, the page 0 is in secondary memory. So I will select one of the page as a victim frame. That means I want to swap out this particular page to the secondary memory, and I need to swap in page 0 to the main memory. So whenever I swap out page 3 into the secondary memory, I need to change page 3 to valid to invalid. In the page table, page 3 is now swapped out from main memory to the secondary memory. That is the reason why I change the valid bit to invalid bit, and then I swap in the page 0 to that particular position in the frame 2. So now page 0 is available in frame 2, and I need to change it to the valid. Why? Because now page 0 is available in the main memory. Like that. So whenever there is no free frame, what we have to do? We need to go for page replacement algorithm. That means we need to select a victim frame and then swap out, swap in. After that, we need to update page table and then frame table. After that, we need to restart the, or not restart, sorry, we need to resume the process. Okay, that is the thing. So yeah, there are so many page replacement algorithms. Okay, so in order to work with the page replacement algorithms, directly I would like to go to the page replacement algorithm. If you have a good idea about this particular one, automatically we no need to read the entire material, right? So wait a second. Sorry. So this is the first in first out algorithm. So what is first out algorithm? First in first out first in algorithm is, so there is a, in this particular problem we will get a reference thing. It will, the red color line you will get in the examination paper. So this is the, these are the page references. What we require? We require 7th page and then page 0, page 1. So this is the order of pages what we require for executing our program. Okay. So how many number of frames are available in the main memory? Only 3 frames. That means 3 pages can be in main memory at a time for a process. That means for one process, only 3 frames are available. That means a process need to use a 3 frames at a time. Okay, initially we need to start with the first value in the reference string, that is 7. 7 means 7 is not in the main memory. First, initially all the 3 frames are free. All the 3 frames are free. Why we have only 3 partitions? I already told you in our problem, the assumption is for a process only 3 frames are available. So these are the frame 1, frame 2, frame 3. Only 3 frames are available. Okay, so check the read the line 1. Right, the reference string is 701203. This is a reference string, and a per process only 3 frames are available. So what are those? 1 2 3, these are the frames, and this is the reference string. Initially 7 is not available, so we need to keep 7 in the 7 is not available in the frame, so we need to keep the 7. So page fault 1, count the page fault. Page fault means the required page is not in the main memory. Initially 7 is not in the main memory, so we kept the 7 in the free frame. So 1 page fault. After that 0, 0 is not available in the free frames. 0 is not available in the main memory, right? We need to keep the 0 into the main memory. So 7 is 0. 2 page faults. After that 1, the first page is not available in the main memory, so we need to load the page into the main memory. 701. So all the frames are occupied with the pages now. Okay, so what you have to do, so we need to replace it with a new page now. Page 2, now the page 2 required, but page 2 is not available in the main memory, so page fault. Whenever there is a page fault, so there is no free frame, so we need to replace page 2 with one of the pages we already there in the main memory. So as it is a first in first out, as it is a first in first out algorithm, so we need to take out the page which came into the frame first. So 701, which page came into the main memory first? Among 701, which page came into the main memory first? 7th page. So automatically we need to replace 7 with a 2. So 2 is replaced with 7, 201. And then 0. 0 is already available in the main memory. So there is no page fault. After that, what is the next page required? The next page required is 3. 3 is not in the main memory frame. Again page fault. So whenever there is a page fault, so check for the free frame. Free frame is not available. So in 201, which page came into the main memory first? Which page? 0. 201, you need to check like this, right? 210, so 0 is the, so I will do the problem for you. It is not the correct way to explain the problem.
మ్యామ్ డిస్టర్బెన్స్గా ఉంది మ్యామ్.
Disturbance. Is the audio clear to you all now? Which
మ్యామ్
one?
డిస్టర్బెన్స్గా ఉంది మ్యామ్.
Voice or a video? Which one? I didn't get you ma. Voice clear ga leda lekapothe video clear ga leda?
వాయిస్ మ్యామ్.
వాయిస్ మ్యామ్.
Voice. I'll switch off. Is it okay now? Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right, we need to solve the problem. So this is the reference string 701203042 and then 303212011701. So this is the reference string. That means these are the page numbers what we require while you are executing a program. So initially for each process only 3 frames are available. Initially page 7 we require, but page 7 is not available in the main memory frame. So we need to keep the 7 into the main memory. Okay. So page fault. There is a page fault. Why? Because 7 is not there in the main memory. So the page fault is 1 page fault. So whenever there is a page fault, we need to check the free frames. Now the free frame is available so that we can load page 7 into the main memory. Right? After that we require page 0. Page 0 is not available in the main memory, right? There is a page fault. So page fault 2. Why? Because 0 is not in the main memory frame, but there are free frames. So we can keep the 0 into the main memory free frame. After that, we require page number 1. We require page 1. Page 1 is there in the main memory? No. Again the page fault. Page fault number 3. But there is a free frame. So we can keep the 0 into the free frame. After that, we require page 2. After that, we require page 2. Page 2 is available in the main memory? No. So obviously, there is a page fault. Why? Because page is not available in the main memory. So now there is no free frame. At this point, there is no free frame. If there is no free frame, what we need to do? We need to swap out one page from the main memory and we need to swap in the second page. Okay, so which one we need to bring out? 7, 0 or 1? So 7. Why?
7.
Because as it is a first in, first out. As it is first in,
First out.
first out. So which frame, sorry, which page
7.
came into the main memory frame past 7. So we need to replace it with the 7. So have you got my point? And the next one is in page 0. Page 0 means 0 is already available in the main memory. So there is no page fault. Here no page fault. Why? Why? Because
0 is in main memory.
0th page is in
Main memory.
already available. And then 3. 3. So in order to keep the 3, there is no free frame again. That means 3 is not there in the main memory. Again the page fault. 3 is not in the main memory. So again page fault. Whenever there is a page fault, so we need to check for the free frame. Free frame is not available. Already 3 frames are occupied with 2, 0, 1. So which frame we need to choose as a victim frame? So we
0.
need to check like this. Before this position, we need to check this side. 0, 2, 1. 0, 2, 1 means 0 already just referred. And then 2, and then 1. So if you observe here, here also there is a gap. Why? Because 0 is just referred. But we need to consider 0 is just referred, but 0 is already long back it came into the main memory. Long back it came into the main memory. Are you got my point? We referred the 0 here. And next to here also 0 is there. Here also 0 is there and here also 0 is there. But 0 is not came into the main memory at this point. 0 was came into the main memory at this point. That means 201. When we compare 201, 0 is the first one came into the main memory. So we need to replace 0 with a 3. Are you got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
In the reference string, we need to check the not the last appeared. When it was last appeared, this is just appeared. In the referencing from this side to this side, it was just appeared before 3. When was it last appeared? Here. So we need to check this one, right? And then 0. 0 means 0 is again not there in the main memory. Again page fault. Okay. So 231. In the 231, we need to check 231. 231. Which one is the last one? That means which one first into the main memory first?
1.
1, 2, 3. 1 enter into the main memory first. So that is the reason why we take out that one. And then again 4. 4 is not available in the main memory. So again page fault. So which one I need to take out?
2.
So why? Because 230. 0 just came into the main memory now. Have you got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Again 0 enter into the main memory here. And next 3. Before that 2. So 4, 3,
0.
0. And then again 2. Which one I need to take out? Again page
3.
fault. 4, 0, 3. 3 is the last one. First one. So 2. Again I require 3. 3 is not there in the main memory. 2, 4,
4.
0 is the last one.
0.
3, 4, 2, 3. Again page fault, right? And then 0. Again we require 0. 3, 2, 4. So 4 is the first one. So 2 and 3. 3 is already there in the main memory. 2 is already there in the memory. So there is no page faults. Right? And then 1 is not there in the main memory, but there is no frame. 2, 3, 0. So 0. 0 is the first one, enter into the main memory. So 2 is already there in the main memory, so there is no page fault.
Ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
0 ఇందాక కదా మ్యామ్ ఎంటర్ అయింది ఫస్ట్ ఎంటర్ అయింది 2 కదా
ఇక్కడ ఇక్కడ 4, 2, 3 ఉంది కదా. సో 4, 2, 3 మళ్ళీ 0 వస్తే 0 ఇప్పుడు జస్ట్ అయింది కదా.
అవును మ్యామ్.
సో అప్పుడు 0, 3, 2 మనకి 1 వచ్చింది. సో 1 కావాలనుకున్నప్పుడు 0 ఓకే సారీ. ఇక్కడ 3, 2 ఆల్రెడీ మెయిన్ మెమరీలో ఉన్నాయి
కాబట్టి 2 వెళ్ళిపోయింది మ్యామ్.
0 and then 2, 3. సో 2, 3 ఉన్నప్పుడు 3 కన్నా
2 వెళ్ళి
ఉంది. ఎస్ కరెక్ట్. Right, we need to keep it. 0 need to be here and then
1,
1, 3.
3.
Now the 2 is not available in the main memory. So which one we need to take out? 0,
3.
1, 3. So 3 we need to take out. 0 is already there, so there is no free frame. There is no need to check for the free frame. Why? Because 0 is already there in the main memory. And then 1 is also there in the main memory. Then what we require?
7.
7. Which one I need to take out?
0.
0. 1, 2. 0 is not there in the main memory. Again page fault. Which one I need to take out?
1.
7 and then long back 1 and then 0. 7 is just into the main memory. Before 7, in the 0 and 1, which one came into the main memory first? 7 is just came. Okay, before that 1 is there already in the main memory. 0 is also there in the main memory. And next 1 just came into the main memory. So on 0 is long back. Are you got my point?
0 కాదు మ్యామ్.
7 మనకు కావాలి. 0, 1, 2 ఫ్రీ ఫ్రేమ్స్ లేవు. సో ఆటోమేటిక్గా 0, 1, 2 ఉన్నాయి, వీటిలో ఏదో తీసేయాలి. సో 7ని దేంతో రీప్లేస్ చేసాము? 1తో రీప్లేస్ చేసాము. సారీ 0తో రీప్లేస్ చేసాము. 7, 1, 2 ఉన్నాయి. 7 జస్ట్ కేమ్ ఇన్ టు ద మెయిన్ మెమరీ. సో 1 ఎప్పుడు వచ్చింది 0 ఎప్పుడు వచ్చింది ఈ రెండిట్లో మనం చెక్ చేయాలి. సో 0 1లో 1 అనేది ఎక్కడ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఒకసారి ఉంది, అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ. సో ఇక్కడ ఇవి చెక్ చేసినా మీకు సరిపోతుంది. సో 1 ఎక్కడ ఎన్నిసార్లు ఉంది చూడండి, 1 1 2 టైమ్స్, బట్ 0 1 ఇక్కడ 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 వరకు ఉంది. అర్థమైందా? సో 0తో మనం రీప్లేస్ చేయాలి. సో 0 1 2
702 వస్తుంది
7 1 2. సో 1 2 ఇక్కడ జస్ట్ 1 టైం 2 టైమ్సే ఉంది. 7 1 టైం ఉంది, జస్ట్ ఇప్పుడే వచ్చింది. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ 2
3 times
1 అనేది 3 టైమ్స్ వచ్చింది. సో అందుకని మనం 7 0 2 అండ్ దెన్ 1.
701.
సో ఈ 3 థింగ్స్లో 7 2 టైమ్స్ అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ 0 అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ 2. సో 7 0 1. So how many number of times these boxes came? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15
16.
page faults. That is first in first out. Okay, so today we have taken only 3 frames. Tomorrow we'll take the 4 frames for the same problem. Okay, if you take 4 frames, actually the page faults need to be reduced. Why? Because we are using more number of frames. But in the case of FIFO, if you are taking more number of frames, a page faults also increases. That is called as Bilardi's anomaly. We'll discuss tomorrow without any confusion. So we'll do the problem again tomorrow. Not a problem. Okay. So already the time is 10:24. Tomorrow we'll discuss the class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.